Daily Thoughts, Wednesday, the 15th of October, 2025. Painful work memories and letting go. This morning, while I was focusing on one of my tasks at work, I started thinking about what to write today. I usually try to avoid writing about negative topics, but my mind kept drifting back to some of the worst memories I've had in the workplace. Even though I've encountered many types of people throughout my life, including those who have said hurtful and abusive things, two individuals stand out the most in my memory. The first person was someone who made one of the cruelest comments I've ever heard. One day I had a bleeding nose during lunch, and instead of showing concern, she said that my whole life seemed destined to be spent staying home, doing nothing but house chores. It was such a shocking and degrading thing to hear, especially in a professional setting. I was deeply offended and hurt, not just because of her words, but because she said them without hesitation or remorse. Even when it was clear that I was upset, she never apologized, not even once, and that experience stayed with me long after I left the job. The second person was another colleague who constantly used discouraging and demeaning words to try to put me down. His behavior was repetitive and draining. What made it even more frustrating was that his computer skills were so poor, and his lack of competence made me doubt how he could even train others. I remember feeling both surprised and disappointed as I watched how he handled his tasks. I won't go into detail about the exact words he said, but even now they still echo in my memory. I know people often say that forgiveness is more for yourself than for others, and I understand that. Still, it's difficult to let go completely when the pain feels so unfair and undeserved. I've tried to move on and not let those experiences define me, but sometimes they resurface when I least expect them. What I can do now is remind myself that their behavior says more about them than about me, and focus on being kinder and stronger in every environment I enter.